Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. You see that little lady back there and back there? That is my wife, my beautiful wife sitting there. She is doing something, I don't know what, but she's having fun. Today's video coming up is going to be talking a little bit about, I want to touch a little bit about what people are asking me a lot of questions about this money and leaving and going somewhere else, and why would you do that? And why are you leaving? Why would you do that? You came to the Philippines, you should stay. But we're going to talk about this briefly today. Today, I want to this is really kind of a overview of the same topic I've already talked about. And some of you guys may be just, probably tired of hearing it or really don't care. People are saying why would you think about leaving and what was your purpose? Really, a bottom line is this. You come to the Philippines. I had rose-colored glasses on. I'm going to tell you the truth. I had rose-colored glasses on, meaning that the Philippines is great and fantastic, and I love it here. It'll always be my home. I will be back here. But I have family in U.S. So guys that are coming here, you're going to have to eventually think about going back to your family. Now, if 90% of the people is coming here and they have no family, well, they have nothing to worry about. Why worry about anything? And if their wife, if you pass during that time, I guess the wife could figure it out on her own, and hopefully you have some type of income or something going. Sorry store, would that be enough for her to make it? Maybe, maybe not. Would okay store be okay for her to make it? Maybe, maybe not. If I get her a business, would that be okay? Maybe, maybe not. You have to make that decision on your own, and how much money do they really make? A sorry store can do really well if you have a good volume. A peso or two along is what they make on that stuff. And most of the guys, Americans that have started those, have asked my opinion because I've come from retail. So I tell them a peso, 2 pesos, not enough. There you have to separate yourself from the standard. Sorry stores do things that nobody else does, and if you do it, it has to be unique that they can't copy you. That's what happens a lot of times. They copy. If they see that you do it, they're going to copy you exactly what it is. Before you know it, you're all in competition together. Happens all the time. So you have to be unique enough that they can't copy it. Now, also, I want to talk about money. The reason I'm bringing this up again is people that come here, you have a set amount of money. If you're on disability or you're on Social Security, and maybe you have pension coming in from another source, and say whatever amount that is. It doesn't matter what that amount is. If you have that amount of money and you survive fine, the things that I wanted to bring up here that the guys that are coming now is, you'll find that things have changed here in the last 3 years. It's not as it was before, but in a good way. It's nothing that will curtail you from coming here, because it's still a beautiful company. It's still a great place to come. It's just that prices here are like they are in U.S., except more pricier. A used car will cost you a lot more than you can buy a used car in U.S. A new car will cost you around the same, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 if you want to buy a new car. Your payments are still going to run, $300, $400, $500 a month on those new cars, and even a used car. Your motorcycle, still, you can buy a motorcycle for $1,000, $1,500 up to $2,000 and be fine, and that's fine. You slot itself. But be prepared for rain every day, and rain suits and rain gear and all that. But the money situation is, if you're here and something happens to your wife, to yourself, and your wife is here and your children that you have, you need to come up with a plan on curtail some of that money that maybe. Because how much would 50 grand last, or 70 grand last that you have saved up? And 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, would they make it? Sure, they'd be fine. But I feel a responsibility for me personally. This is my personal opinion only. Remember, everything I say is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is I want to take care of them a little better, and I want to have them a little bit better opportunity. So if, God forbid, something does happen for me, she can get on a plane and go to U.S. and work and be by my brothers and family and things like that. And she can work and may decide to do that. Because granted, she has businesses here, and granted, she does okay. But you still need that 10, 15, 20,000 peso a month coming in on a regular basis. It's still going to cost you 10, 15, 20, 30,000 peso a month to survive here. So anywhere from $200 to $500, $600, $700 to survive here. $200, you're living in a shack, basically. But if you can maintain something, buy your house, build your house, and then go from there and live, you can do it. The only difference between here and USA, and I said this in the other video, is USA is more expensive on their homes, the rentals, land, and things like that. It's a little bit more pricey. But land here is up in price as much as what you can buy. I can buy a lot cheaper in USA now, today, than I can here. Personally, where I live. I can go buy a lot for $3,000, $4,000, a nice lot. I'm talking a lot, quarter acre. Here, in a nice area with access to electric and all that. Here, it's a lot different. It's going to cost you more. And then if you're white or foreigner, you have what they call the skin tax. You have to be very careful with the electric companies and things like that. If they know you're going to get electric and things, they could charge you an extra couple of grand on your property itself. So you have to be very careful on how you handle that. So there are things you have to be prepared for, but it's okay. It's a great country, and we're just going to go there so I can offer them a better future. I want to see my family. Just like everybody else wants to see the family. I want to take the girls with me. Then we'll be back at whatever time my wife decides, because I'm flexible either way. And, people said, well, Tom, why do you want to go back to work? Well, how hard is work? I mean, the jobs that I did, I go into Firestone and count and code rice, wiper blades. I went into Lowe's and drive a car and go down to Lowe's and Home Depot and count the Coca-Cola bottles and the upfront cash registers. That's the kind of stuff that I did. Is that a job? Yeah, it's a job. It's a simple job. When you're done, you go get a sandwich, get a cup of coffee, make your money. You're $10.99, guys. It's all $10.99. You want to go to work at Walmart as a greeter? Sure, it's $15 an hour to start. You can do that. So what? You're doing nothing, sitting at home anyway. Why not do something? In other words, I'm saying here for me is boredom is set in. I'm bored. I'm boredom. I have five channels on YouTube. So I can keep active and keep going in activity. You can only walk so much down to that store. You can only walk so much at that mall till it gets. I'm tired of walking it. I'm tired of going there. You're burnt out. I know every stone and every rock going there. I know every stone and rock. I mean, what's CDO? Probably 60, 70 times. Just a CDO at the malls. I can tell you every street. I can drive around CDO. I can get around Davao very well too. But it's like, I've been there, done that. And so unless we fly, it's hard getting to the other islands, guys. This is what I'm going to say this. If you decide to go somewhere to other islands, it's hard to go there. Figure a day, 2 days to go to another island. Because how are you going to go? You got to go by bus, car, bus, boat, ship, car, bus, boat, tricycle. Where are you going to go? It takes all day. Sometimes, and that's if they're on time. Most of the time they're late, by the way. You can wait. My friend just went on one. He waited 8 hours for to get on the boat. 8 hours. They got their destination way too late. But then you're going to find a problem getting a tricycle late at night too. But what we did was, and a lot of guys are doing, so they're kind of people you get tired of, so they stick around the house. You stick around your area because you get tired. My buddy Tom Shipman went to an island, and it took him forever to get to the island. And he was telling me it's just a hassle, so much hassle, it's not worth even going, because you go there and back in a day. So you stay 3 or 4 or 5 days, but still it's a hassle. Getting there is a hassle because you got to put your car on the boat, ship, then they go over there, then you got to get your car off the boat. It's not like it's loaded and unloaded in 5 minutes. It takes an hour, 2 hours, because they got produce and caribou and everything else on there. It's not like it's easy peasy. So you have to plan that accordingly. But you know what? Traveling around the islands is great and fantastic. But, you know, and going scuba diving and swimming and going to the natural caves, there's great adventures here. But I wanted to show them a little of that over there. You know, they're making parks like Harry Potter Park is right down the road there. They're making these beautiful parks, and they're great, fantastic. But you've seen one park and one swimming pool, you've seen them all. And it's great for the kids. If you've got younger kids, it's great. It's not like, you know, they ever experienced, because I took the girls to SeaWorld, you know, been there, done that. We don't need to go back there again. You know, it's spent whatever, and it's okay, we're done with it. You know, it's like that, you know, so we would need to go to other islands, and other islands right now, it's a pain getting transport to the other islands. They're still not up to speed. Tourism is not there, so a lot of boats are not running like they used to. So it's really kind of stagnant. If things pick up and things really go on a year from now, 2 years from now, and tourists start rolling in, the tourism, I read an article yesterday, is not coming here. They're going to Asia. They're going to Cambodia. They're going to Thailand. They're going to Vietnam. They're going to Hong Kong. They're going to Singapore. That's where they're going. Maldives. They're going to islands that they can get to. St. Thomas, Croix, Bahamas. That's where a lot of the tourists are headed. And believe it or not, tourism has not stopped at Disney World. I saw a thing, my buddy was telling me, that cleans the restaurant hoods that I used to do there and at Universal. That it's busy. I mean, the influx is incredible. They're seeing an increase of people coming there. In other words, it's booming. And just like the job market is booming in the U.S., they said that the tourism is booming. A lot of Chinese, Korean are headed there. Koreans aren't even coming in as much as they were, and Chinese aren't coming in. Only the investors who are investing money here are coming here. They see opportunity. So since Duterte opened that up, they're buying what they can. They're marrying a Filipina, number one. Doesn't matter who they marry, right? And they get their hands in there, and they're buying these businesses. So, and I think it's a good thing, because it influxes what's going on here. You know, what do you do? How many businesses are owned by Chinese in the U.S.? I hate to see. Not only that, by the Saudis and all that. But I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos, and I wanted to just talk about this. I've been kind of beating all around the bush a little bit, but I want to talk about it. Reason I'm doing that is I'm answering this email, I'm answering this email, this comment, this comment, this comment, this comment, this email, that ask me questions about it. And so I'll see you guys next time. God bless everybody.